So I have a different type of video this week in my styling series, shoes. So one of the reasons this reiterates why I love independent boutiques so much. So I was looking for a pair of sort of in the runner department for my upcoming trip to Paris because I'm walking on the cobblestones. I always walk a lot when I travel, actually wherever I go, whether it's Europe or anywhere else. I always do that and sort of pound the pavement and enjoy the surroundings and walk a lot. So, my requirements are that it's going to be spring then, so I need them to look pretty enough for a skirt or a dress and for pants to be in one of my core color palettes that basically they go with everything. Um, I'll be taking more than one pair, but I want them to basically go with everything. I'll do a separate video on how I pack for travel, for business travel. I will do and show you how all the elements that I consider, because there is a real art to that. Anyway, that's a separate video. And with that, so the other components that I am looking for is I really wanted something that looks really pretty. I don't like runners that look like runners. I want them to look a little bit more attractive than that. I want them to look pretty, still look like me. I don't like it when brands blazon their icons all over um, shoes or anywhere else. That's not my look whatsoever. I like much more subtle branding than that. But I also wanted them to be really, really supportive so that the insole is built for with support because, I walk a lot. So bringing all of those elements together, there's a bit of an art to it. I feel like a lot of the shoes in the market, everything looks exactly the same, and I don't want that. So anyway, I went into town, went in and out of every shop, researched, did all the things, and found these. There were none in stock in my size. It's this brand called Ara. Normally I don't talk brands, but anyway, here I am. A German brand, and the sponginess is like walking on a cloud. None left in my size. So I got home and found some online. One left in my size in a boutique in Melbourne, actually, that I had never heard of. They're a few suburbs away in Brighton. And I thought, voila, here we are. So I ordered them on the Saturday afternoon. I get a knock at my door 6 o'clock Monday night. So, 2 days later, there is now I don't know if she's the owner or she works in that shoe shop. So it's an independently owned shoe shop. I've never heard of them. There she is standing there. It was raining and she's standing there with my delivery, hand delivering my shoes. I was blown away by such a beautiful personal gesture. As a customer, I felt so special, so special. And I text her because she rang me because I didn't answer the door actually. And I text her afterwards because I was in such shock to thank her for such an almighty effort and what beautiful customer service and how special I felt. And I was reflecting upon this, thinking, so independent boutiques, when I look at often what is so special about them is often the owners work in the boutique or work part of the time, but they're usually on the ground in the boutique. They get to know their customers. They really know their product really well, usually. And, it's really hard keeping all the balls in the air. It's hard being across all the socials and all the tech side because often that is not innate. But they know their product and they care. And I thought this was such a brilliant, brilliant example of that. The other thing I want to mention is often with independent, even if you've got a couple of stores, and I actually don't even know whether this company has just one store or a few, but the buying power for couriers and delivery, services, you don't have the buying power there. You cannot compete with the bigger players who have the volume, and therefore, the freight charges that they charge are negligible, if not free for most of us. And I am no different to anyone else. I don't like paying for freight. So we bring it back to an independent store. Actually, when I looked at their website again and looked at their socials, the website is fine, but it's pretty basic. Their socials are pretty non-existent. So when you look at it from that perspective, you'd bypass them. However, they know their products. The brands that they stock are quality brands. Like, this is a beautiful quality product. It's like walking on a cloud, and yet it's still pretty and meets all those requirements for me, what I was looking for. But number one is customer service. Like, who does that? Who hand delivers a product? I think that's amazing. And it's that caring for every, or valuing every single customer. What they don't know, of course, is what I do for a living. And they will be now in my rotation of brands I recommend, because I can comfortably know that if they treated me like that, they will treat my precious customers who I recommend. Isn't that powerful? And they're probably none the wiser, but I'm going to tell them, because that to me is really, really, to me, it is what in this, often faceless society that we live in, a lot of brands, we don't always know who we're talking to or know the face of, who owns them. This is about relationships. Yes, it's probably a little bit old-fashioned. Yes, all of that, but look at the customer experience. I think that's really powerful. So I'll be wearing my lovely shoes tottering around Europe. Yay, that's exciting. But it's the story that has brought them to me that really has gone such a long way, or has led me to here. Okay, look forward to chatting again.